El Nido is famous for its towering limestone cliffs and turquoise lagoons, but as the world returns to travel, these paradise spots are becoming more crowded than ever. I was warned to stay away from the famous routes and head for the secret side of the bay. Replace local legends, hidden beach, and the quiet mystery they call Wonderland. Join me as we discover the side of El Nido that most people never get to see. Leaving the main harbour of El Nido is always a bit of a scramble. Most of the boats you see are heading south for the famous tours A and C. But we're doing things different today. Our captain is taking us north, straight towards Cadlao Mountain. It's the highest peak in El Nido, and this is where you'll find the best lagoons. Tour D costs 1,200 pesos, around $22. It's one of the best values in El Nido, especially when it's less crowded. We have just arrived in Cadlao Lagoon. It's located on the western face of Cadlao Island, the largest island in the bay. Most people don't realize that while you're fighting for the space in the Big Lagoon, this emerald paradise is sitting right here, just 15 minutes from town. The best way to see this place is by kayak. If your tour doesn't include them, then you can rent right here for about 300 to 500 pesos, that's $5 to $9. It's worth every cent to paddle into the quiet corners where the big boats can't reach. The lagoon is surrounded by these jagged limestones, fortifications that rise hundreds of feet up. If you're feeling adventurous, there's a short, sharp climb up the rocks to look at. Gives you a view of the entire channel. Just make sure you bring your reef shoes. Those rocks are like glass. The water here changes from emerald green to deep turquoise depending on the light, and the surrounding by these massive limestone cliffs almost feels hidden from the rest of the world. At the very end of the lagoon, there's a small wooden structure in a tiny beach area. We usually stop to take a rest, take photos, or just swim in the shallow water. This used to be a ranger station before the lagoon became a major tourist stop. You can actually paddle all the way in the quieter corners of the lagoon where the boats can't really go. It's not really a resort or anything fancy, just a simple little resting spot surrounded by cliffs and jungle. And somehow that's what makes the place feel so special. No loud crowds, no beach clubs, just kayaks floating through the crystal clear water and tiny pockets of sand hidden between the rocks. You really don't realize how massive these cliffs are until you see people standing on the little beach at the end. You can see why people say Tour D is the quieter side of El Nido. By midday, we were starving, usually Tour D lunch served on the beach of Cadlao. But our captain made a split-second decision. He saw a gap in the weather and the crowds. He detoured us straight to the helicopter island. This is actually a stop on the famous Tour C, but because we timed it perfectly, We arrived just in the morning, crowds were leaving. It's officially called Dilumakad Island. But look at the limestone shape from this angle. It's easy to see how it got its nickname. And this is just right across the lagoon, so it was really a quick trip.
It's ready. We made a detour and we came to Helicopter Island, so far better. I like it. Much better, yeah. I'm a bit late to the party, so let's have a look at the food. Thank you, kind sir. Oh, we got oysters, watermelon. What's that? It's cucumber, pineapple, noodles, prawns, fish, and that pork is it? Oh. Is that pork or what is it called? Yeah, pork adobo there. I was thinking, yeah, I love this. Especially when you've got a thick coating of fat on it. Money of the box. Yeah, lekker. Truly.
Ever so gentle.
Yeah. I got a friend for life until it all finishes.
I've got a couple of dogs at home.
Yeah. Oh, what type of dogs do you have?
A lab, and then a lab lurcher cross.
Oh yeah. I used to have a Rottweiler. Lovely dogs. Yeah. People think Rottweiler is aggressive, but
No.
they're really family dogs. Doberman's more guard dog. He's only got one master. Look at him now. He's sitting already.
So I've got a friend. He looks after my dogs,
Yeah.
and when I go back, he travels. He stays at my house, and then when he comes back, I go travelling. So it works really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got things organized there. Yeah, I'll,
One hand washes the other hand. The one hand washes the other hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. But well,
watch your plate. He's gonna get a cheek. He's like, come on now, don't stop,
nothing else.
don't stop the food train, the gravy train. You don't like fruit.
So we're wondering if he has an owner or not. And they're like, no, he has an owner because he's well fed. I was like, yeah, I think he's well fed because like every boat that stops over here, there's like 5-6 people that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes the rice. Yeah, the tuna and the jackfish were really nice.
Yeah, they will.
It's like a steak, I tell you, the tuna, if you get it fresh. No, you don't need to. Hey, he's starting to eat the prawns though.
No.
Just getting out the way.
Dishwasher. Yeah. I'll fly the drone and see what I can see on the Helicopter Island. How far is it from land, from El Nido? It's quite close, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not that far.
After the feast on Helicopter Island, the afternoon laziness really kicked in. We were on the boat again, and we were on to our next destination, Small Lagoon. I'll be honest with you, the kayaking we did a few days ago on Tour A at the Big Lagoon completely wiped me out. El Nido is stunning, but paddling for hours under the sun is a workout I wasn't quite ready for today. So arriving here at the Small Lagoon, we decided to take it slow. This spot is right next door to the Big Lagoon, but because the entrance is a tiny crack in the limestone, it feels much more private and intimate. This is the Small Lagoon. It's located right next to the famous Big Brother on the Minilok Island. But the vibe here is totally different. The opening is so narrow, the boat can't actually go inside. You'll have to swim or paddle through the tiny crack in the limestone. We came for the secret spots, but we stayed for the peace. If you're planning El Nido, don't sleep on Tour D. Might be just a lucky break your legs need. From above here, you can see the whole story. On the right is the famous Big Lagoon, the place that completely wore me out a few days ago on Tour A. And on the right, next to it, is the left is the Small Lagoon. It's amazing how two places so close can feel like two different worlds. I've only been in El Nido for 3 days, but it's already completely shifted my perspective. I've seen photos of the limestone cliffs my whole life, but standing or floating in the shadow of these 250-year-old giants, something you can't prepare for. For our last and final stop, we're heading back to Cadlao. But we aren't going to a lagoon, we're looking for a spot that's a bit more unique, something I haven't seen anywhere else in El Nido yet. Before hitting our final destination, we made one last stop in the middle of the blue. There wasn't much beach or lagoon here, just a massive field of coral and some of the clearest water I've ever seen. After a long day, the hit of cold, refreshing water was exactly what I needed to wake up. This place is known as Wonderland. Most of the tours out here feel like high energy adventures, but this felt different. It's quite stretch of the coast and these tiny tucked away coves and feel completely separate from the rest of the bay. I've seen a lot of beaches in the last 3 days, but nothing that felt like this. Walking through Wonderland feels less like a tour stop, more like a hidden neighborhood. It's a total shift in energy here. People are just hanging out, swinging from the coconut trees and taking the afternoon sun. Then you hit the landmarks. First the wooden lady and her red flowers, and right next to her, these giant blue wings. If you're looking for that one iconic shot to prove you found the secret of the island, this is the spot. Just past the wooden statue, you can actually see where people stay. This is Cadlao Resort area. You'll think a view like this would cost a fortune, They're actually surprisingly affordable. Usually starts 110 to 130 US dollars a night. If you're planning a trip here, I hope this helps you find your own secret spot. Thank you so much for watching and coming along for the ride. It really helps the channel grow if you hit the like button and subscribe to see the rest of the Philippines series. I'll see you in the next one.